Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, middle of the week. It's your Wednesday evening, and you've decided to spend it with me. You fought with your partner a few times this week. Your edge is finally off, maybe. Looking at the weekend, maybe you got some of those good, expensive pre-rolls. I want to start today's episode by apologizing. Last week, I offhandedly referred to weed as a loser drug, and that was not nice, and I was projecting. And let me explain how I came to that thought. I was smoking one of those Lowell, shout out to Lowell, by the way, the weed company. I don't know if they have pesticides in their stuff, because there's like a big, I don't know if you knew that, but you know those carts that you were getting from the gas station? Surprise, there were bad chemicals in those. And that extends all the way up to weed strains in your favorite dispensary. Some of those brands had pesticides in their weed, so as is going to happen. I mean, Monsanto's and everything, who cares? Lowell, when they were starting up as a brand, I may have been among the first wave of online people that they offered free shit to. And they gave me, respectfully, an F-ton of weed. We're in the first minute of the episode, so I have to, although Susan has passed, her spirit lives on. Rest in peace. God bless her. And the exchange of this was actually really kind of weird. So they messaged me on Instagram. I wonder if I still have these DMs. They hit me up. They're like, yo, let me see if I still have the messages, because the experience was really odd. And I think when the guy gave it to me, he gave me this look that was like, you don't seem that excited about this. He was kind of giving me this look as though I was not really recognizing the amount of weed that he was about to give me. Because I was just very like, sweet. And that's no fault of theirs. I just, I don't react to most things. Okay, here we go. August 30th, 2021. Hey, Noel, we love your work and want to send you a gift of our newest THC products. If you're interested, send us your address and phone number for delivery. Okay, so I don't know how this follow-up exchange happened, but because it didn't happen on Instagram. But I met this guy in the middle of the street outside of my apartment. And I'm not, this is not hyperbolic. This is the fucking face he made when he gave me the weed. And I took it and I was like, preesh, thanks. And then there was this awkward period where maybe him or someone else hit me up a couple times to say, yo, if you want to post about it, go ahead. And let me just, if you're a young person out there starting a brand and you ask someone and you tell someone, hey, if you want to post about it, sure. Let me tell you what they're not going to do. They're not going to post about it. And that was just because at the time, my social media was not that large. So I'm like, why would I post? I would wait 10 years until I've really established myself to go, weed is for losers. Heroin's for winners. So yeah, shout out to Lowell, but I called weed a loser drug because Lowell offers these tiny pre-rolls. They're like the Virginia Slims of weed. And wow, even Evan's laughing at me. That feels good. And see if we can pull these up. They're really tiny joints. They're awesome. This is not them, but these look nice too. I can barely do one by myself. And so I feel like a teenager when I smoke this, because I'm like, I know there's a kid who could blow down this whole box and not flinch. And maybe that speaks to his addiction. But anyway, so sorry I called weed a loser drug. Clearly I'm not above anything, because check this shit out. Now let me pull these off. By the way, TMG Studios are taking over the Hollywood Improv. Pull up. I'm calling it the Concrete Dive. We got a few things happening. First of all, the show, we'll have 2 shows going in the main room and the lab. I'll be headlining the main room. I say headlining. I'm just going last. And then Connor Wood will be going up last in the lab. So, and that's just to make sure that you fuckers don't leave. All right? You bought your tickets. You got to stay and watch the homies. Yeah. Put up a bunch of comics that I've either toured with or just, brush shoulders with in the game. And I want you guys to see them. So it's going to be fun. We're calling it the Concrete Dive because we will have a little special something going on in the parking lot. So after the show, make sure you hang out. Waleed is going to be there with his kebab cart. He'll be selling plates. It's a limited amount of plates, so it's definitely going to sell out, and it's very good. I've had it. So yeah, come see us. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we might do the podcast in the parking lot that day. We might. We'll see. Anyways, clearly I'm not above anything. If you're wondering if these are Skechers, they are not. These are Nikes. And I've defrauded my way into these Nikes. If you're wondering if I paid for these, I did attempt to. But I got a second pair for free on accident. So your boy isn't above like a little theft. So I took advantage of the mistake and I sent back the first pair. Which I know I'm a bad person for that, but hey, it was pretty much like once I had the opportunity to have these for free instead of paid, the insecure part of my brain goes, maybe I can wash my consciousness clean a little bit. Cause then I have an excuse. I never paid for these, but that is a cop out because I tried to pay for these and that's almost worse. So yeah, someone referred to these, as the Ocean Plastic 12s. And I liked that. It would be great if it was just a straight turtle head coming out. Yeah, I got these thinking like maybe I'll fuck the game up with these. And all I did was fuck up my personal image. So if you're wondering why these days I'm opting to dress like a construction worker, is that's about my fashion taste, is a dirty t-shirt, a pair of jeans with or without a hammer loop, and shoes with utility. And I try to step outside of that, but it just doesn't really come together. So I think I'm giving up because this is my fashion choice. If left to my own devices, these are the things that I'm buying by myself. And it's crazy as I look at these, like these look like handmade. Like these have a Nike logo on them, but I don't think these are Nikes. If I'm actually inspecting these, I think these are from like one of those shops in New York where they got like the fake Jumpman on the back. Yeah, so I had no business calling weed a loser drug. And weed is not a loser drug because that night I went home and smoked it. Smoked my baby joint, so yeah, I really felt like a hypocrite when I did that. Anyways, had a great weekend. I would describe the weekend as just a weekend of bumping uglies. Because all I did was consume the American tradition of people beating the fuck out of each other. I watched MMA from 3 till 10 on Saturday. Then I watched football. Man, the Perk Rogers story. I've enjoyed football previously, okay? Football's all right. As a sport, like, it's fun. I like the strategy. Growing up, I never watched it. Maybe that was a lack of testosterone. I don't know. But, I was more partial to games, just gaming in general. And as I've been watching football, I realized, like, oh, this is everything I love about competition. But all the Perk Rogers TikToks, like, that makes me want to watch football. As characters in the NFL, knowing that there's a guy who is just high as God the whole time, I'm like, okay, this is someone I can connect to in this sport. Because I think that's what was unrelatable to me about a lot of football. I'm like, well, these guys are physical, just, phenoms. I don't know what that's like. I could never even, and maybe that's part of it, because a lot of guys that watch football, I mean, you can't, they're just people in general. I shouldn't say dudes. I don't fully relate to guys that are like physical, just, genetic, one of ones. I can't relate to that. But a dude who is sort of athletic, but maybe got to where he's at on perks, that's an American story to me. And that's something I can really Because I think that's something we can all understand, where maybe we're pretty good at our job, but with a little bit of just under the table, we can get there. I think that, and him going on the ayahuasca trip and coming back and being like, oh my God, where has Alex Jones been all my life? And he's in the locker room being like, do you think 9/11 actually happened? I like this. It makes him more human. It makes him relatable. So really it's the Perk Rogers memes that are making me want to watch football, especially this weekend. There's a clip of him crawling around and everyone is like, oh, this is how you like, this is like someone crawling around in Fortnite looking for a revive. That got me pretty good. And then someone did an edit where it was like Aaron Rodgers crawling, knowing he has to go back to the Hat Man after this game, and they just kept flashing in the Hat Man. I'm like, yeah, I like this. Anyway, I digress. You hear these chuckles, folks? That's because we got to take a little chuckle break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, BetterHelp. Think of a time recently when you didn't feel like you could be your full self, like you were hiding behind a mask. Paintball. October is the season for wearing a mask and costumes, but some of us feel like we wear a mask and hide more often than we want to. At work, in social settings, around family. Therapy can help you learn to accept all parts of yourself so you can take off the mask, because masks should be for Halloween fun and not for your emotions. Therapy can be a great way to gain a larger understanding of yourself. It isn't just for those who have experienced major traumas. You can learn positive coping skills, set boundaries, and it can empower you to be the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, you could give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/TMG today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TMG. I am going to talk about football, but not just yet. Now, some of you might be listening to this going, bro, slow down, because you're talking a little bit faster than last week, and I've been doing this in 1.5 speed, and I wasn't anticipating you speaking at the rate that I need it. Yeah, well, fuck you. All right? I saw all that feedback being like, I normally watch everything. And some of you try to give me this backhanded compliment where you're like, I normally watch everything in like 1.1 1.25, 1.5, but for you, I watch it in normal speed. Get fucked. Put this shit back in 1.5, you Ritalin addicted, iPad brained person. Just go back. Don't belittle me with the, I slow it down for your dumb ass. I slow it down for you, baby boy. Go back to your fucking fast forward. I don't want any special treatment from you, asshole. You see what happens when I get a little bit of love? I don't know how to receive it. Anyway, you may have heard everything I just said and go, then what about MMA is relatable to you? And I'll tell you, guys fighting at 125 pounds. When I see bantamweights and straw weights going at it, I'm like, I can connect with this. Two guys throwing so many punches, but seemingly no damage is being done. I can relate to that. No, this weekend was huge fight. If you're not an MMA fan, don't worry, because you will like what's coming up. Okay, so the co-main event was a fighter named Raquel Pennington, and oh my God, how am I forgetting her first name? Can you look this up? Co-main UFC. Yes. Okay. Who is the co-main? Yeah, if you just look up Juliana Pena, that's what I'm talking about. So Raquel and Juliana, they have a beef from The Ultimate Fighter. And if you don't know what that is, the UFC has long owned a reality show. It was basically the real world / road rules of MMA. It's great television, honestly. I think they still do The Ultimate Fighter. I haven't watched in some years, but so they've had this long-standing beef, and this was a really hyped up fight. Like these two ladies were going to go in there and just fucking scrap out. And for the last few years, we have been really privileged to watch Amanda Nunes fight, who is an absolute beast in the ring. And so I think everyone's kind of marching into this fight thinking, okay, it's going to be, they're going to go for it. And what proceeded to happen was, with all due respect, I think I've seen gender irrelevant. I think I've seen more action on just like any bar fight recorded on an iPhone. And then I found myself in a weird mental place where I'm going, why do I want to see two women just punch each other so bad right now? I had to like snap out of it because for 25 minutes I'm watching these two ladies and I'm like, fucking kill each other. Punch her face. Punch her face now. That's all I'm doing when I watch MMA. I watch the TV and I'm like, hit their head now. Do it now. I'm just shouting at my television. Do it now. Punch her in the fucking head now. Do it now. Like I'm the coach. And, I say this knowing full well, if I were to step into the octagon, I think the adrenaline would hit. I think I'd last about 15 seconds. And then if I could make it through round one, I'd get to the corner. I'd be like, dude, I'm really tired. I'm really tired, dude. We can't keep going. But yeah, I had to take a step back because I was thinking, like, bro, I don't know these people. Why do I want them to kill each other so bad? And yeah, I mean, the whole fight card was pretty funny. The crowd, Denver crowd, man, impatient. As soon as two fighters would like lock up with their arms, it was instant booing. Maybe I don't know if they're sitting in the crowd like, yo, stop grabbing each other, bro. Then I got to the main event, and the main event is actually really compelling. Because, so it's a guy, Alex Pereira, he nicknamed Poetan, which I think in his, I don't think he speaks Portuguese, or maybe he does, but I believe his nickname comes from like a different dialect. I believe that name stands for Stone Hands, which is just cold as fuck. Anyways, Alex is, you want to talk about like physical, human phenoms. This guy, if I had to borrow like a Funko Pop comparison, I would say he's like Colossus from X-Men. Like his bones are probably made of steel. It's just unreal power. If you look up any clips from this guy, and because people try it, they're like, leg kick from Alex, I'm a YouTuber. And then they take one little calf kick and you'll see people just grabbing. I think Aiden Ross did one and he was like, bro. Yeah, so this guy's a monster. So he fights this dude, Khalil Roundtree, who, and I need my MMA pros to weigh in on the comments and correct me a little bit here, but from my casual viewer understanding now, Khalil is a really special dude because he used to be a big boy, like 300 pounds big boy. And he hit a point where I believe he was feeling like very suicidal, like very dark thoughts. And he decided to take up, I don't know if he took up MMA in that moment in his life, or maybe he took up fitness and then that led him to MMA. But yeah, he used to be a big boy with like just very dark thoughts and I think dark self-image. And he carries himself all the way to this point to fight this guy who, by all modern standards, is like, Alex is going to be one of the greatest to have ever done it, ever lived. I mean, they're going to make statues out of this guy. People are going to get Alex tattoo. Alex Pereira is going to unfortunately be what dumbass dudes put as like their profile picture. If another MySpace comes up, people are going to put Alex in their bio like, yeah, like this is me. It's awful. the types of people who are going to try to co-opt his legacy or even project themselves into him. It's going to be bad. But so Khalil is standing across the ring from, by our standards today and forever in the future, one of the baddest men to ever walk the earth. And so if you're factoring in Khalil being this big boy who had such a awful point of self-identity, and he gets in the gym and he gets in shape, and so much so that he has this like very successful UFC career. I think he was an actor at some point as well. To now be good enough to stand across the cage from this guy, that's like a crazy accomplishment in and of itself. And Khalil puts up like an insane 4 rounds. He eventually gets put down. And here's what's crazy. Alina and I have watched MMA together for years. This was the first fight where Alina had to like walk away because she was so rooting for Khalil and like just wanting him to win. And she's like, I can't. Oh my God, I can't. It's not fair. It was a brutal ending. I mean, he really went out on his shield, as they say. Not my words. But then Khalil puts up this really tough post-fight interview where he's like, it was everything I expected, and I really came in here just wanting to be living in the moment, and et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, there's clips of him like holding back tears. And when I've seen like clips of fathers throwing beer cans at their television when like teams lose, because you'll see those when football teams lose, and you hear the wife like starting up the car and leaving. I've never like very few times in sports do I watch something and I get emotional, and this was one of those where I'm like, fuck, man. So, insane fight, made me almost cry in front of the TV, and I was like, I'm gonna go smoke some loser weed. Let's watch a scary movie now. And I think that was good because literally 20 minutes prior to that, I was watching 2 women punch each other, and I'm like, they could hit each other harder. So I thought that was like a good shift in mindset for me personally. And I don't know what it is about MMA. When I watch it, I feel like I'm in there. It's the lamest thing ever. Because I don't know. Who do you guys think I could fight effectively in an octagon? Just throw it out there. First thought.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers? If he's perked up, I don't think so.
No way.
You're perked up too.
If I'm perked up, doubt it. I'm gonna just sit down and like think a lot. I don't think I've ever done Percocet. I'm trying to think what's an opiate I've done. Anyone here played around with the opiates? Alex isn't here today. No one here can comment on if they've played around in the perkies. Oh, we got one. Okay, this combination medication is used to help relieve moderate to severe pain. It contains an opioid pain reliever, oxy, and non-opioid. Oh, it's got Tylenol in it?
Does it?
That's what a perk is?
Huh.
Percocet oral. Oh, wow. So it's just oxy with a Tylenol.
That's awesome.
So that's why your head feels so good when you take them. Supposedly. My experience with perks is watching guys on live eat them like M&Ms. Just watching clips of dudes being like, man, this ain't shit to me. Yeah. My timeline is fucked, dude. I've seen some crazy stuff lately. I'm at the point where all my suggesteds on TikTok and everything are legitimately people with schizophrenia promoting their content. And it's just videos with like a lot of text and, they're listening and this is how to turn chocolate milk into gasoline, like just crazy stuff. I think if I see enough of this, I'm going to start believing it. On that note, I don't know if I think my YouTube algorithm is fucked too, because all my content is survivalist people camping remotely, truck driver meals, prison experiences. I started like getting this weird thought about all my YouTube content, because all my YouTube suggested are people in small spaces eating. It's all like prison simulation. And I started wondering if other people's algorithms are like this, but all the content is relatively the same. It's a person in a small box being like, this is my meal. And I don't know if that says something about my intelligence, but I just kind of having a reflection about what I actually consume. And I'm like, I just watch other people eat on this fucking website. Got to start getting more CIA conspiracy stuff funneled in here. It is kind of funny how Danny Brown said this. He said van life people are just gentrifying homelessness or something. You know, they're making homelessness like sexy. I always thought that was good. You guys think Lowell will send me weed after this? I hope they do. I hope they send me weed.
I mean, they finally got their plug.
Yeah. Yeah. I do briefly want to just jump back into the NFL, not to talk necessarily about sports, but what was it? This was my first actual sitting through an entire Sunday night football game. I've never actually just sat and watched the pre-show and just got the whole experience. I've never done that. And I say that across from two people from the Midwest who are probably looking at me like, so you've never been alive. You've never experienced anything. And in that respect, I have not. But I think this Sunday was a good one because the opening act was a commercial with Celine Dion promoting the Steelers and the Cowboys. Is that like a long-standing rivalry?
No, they hadn't actually played on primetime since the 80s.
Oh.
They're just two huge teams. I mean, that's why it's big. They don't usually play. They're in separate sides.
Got it. So it's been a long time since they've played. We can't play this, but I'm only bringing this up because between this and the Olympics, the way they talked about Celine Dion up until the Paris Olympics was like they talked about her like Han Solo. Like they're like, this woman's frozen. She'll never chew again. She's never gonna walk, you know. And she's like fully functioning and moving. And I just want to know how they did it. This is pretty great if publicly you're kind of looked at as like having looked at Medusa. And they're like, guess what, America? Your favorite Canadian bitch is back. Who is this diva? That's the new comment, right? Who is this diva? Yeah, God bless Celine. This made me want to sit down and watch. I was like, damn.
That's Snoop, too.
Did Snoop?
You didn't see Snoop?
No. Where was he?
They had him at halftime, and he walked out. They have like a partnership going on with them, NBC, and he was at the Olympics, too.
No, once that low scoring fuck off started happening, I just could not continue to care. I think Brock Purdy binning that final throw, because that's another thing I've been getting acquainted with the past few weeks. Red zone. Let's go to the Octo Box. That shit is crack. I don't want to hear a single older dude talk about this generation. You've been watching Red Zone for 10 years, bro. Your fucking mind is fried. 4 screens of football games? Get out of here, brother. Anyways, I don't know if this was everyone's ad algo, but can you bring up this People in Portland advertisement? Listen to this ad. You don't have to see it. You just got to listen to it. Hold on. Listen to this.
In Portland, Oregon, people aren't afraid to try things.
Just that sentence. In Portland, Oregon, people aren't afraid to try things.
In Portland, Oregon, people aren't afraid to try things. Like opening a sports bar that exclusively plays women's sports.
A sports bar that exclusively plays women's sports. As if that's the riskiest thing that's in fucking Portland, brother. I saw this, I couldn't stop laughing. Like, what corpo bullshit is you know what I mean? Like, we know they do way worse in Portland. Like, this is probably a polygamy bar, or like, they're not giving the full story. Like, this bar is potentially owned by an entire lesbian Mormon family, you know? Fucking 10 wives and one lady leading the charge. Every time this commercial would come on, I just kept hearing the people in Portland, Oregon aren't afraid to try things. And my brain just kept appending it with shit. Like, people in Portland, Oregon aren't afraid to try things. Like harvesting seed oils from dead, harvesting seed oils from dead people, you know, for use in 3D plastic to print new dildos. Like, it just kept, I felt like I got a taste of fucking MK Ultra the way I just sat there, and every 15 minutes it was people in Portland, Oregon aren't afraid to try things. I like football. It's making me I'm watching everything but the actual games. The gameplay's good. The strategy's there. I didn't know people skip college to go to the league. This dude on the Steelers when they did, you know, the Sunday lineup, and man, Key and Peele were not exaggerating that shit. That's one of the few times I've actually sat there and watched, like, you know, the defensive lineup be like, that university. Like, one of those dudes, it was like 10 guys, they all named their university, and then one guy was like, such and such, blah high school. I went, man, skipped college. He did it right, dude. Do you know, is that not common?
Sometimes they just say their high school to be funny. Sometimes they'll say their elementary school too.
Oh, got it. So they're memeing. Yeah.
Or
not a very good joke.
They'll say other stuff like, hey mom. Like, they fuck around with it.
Oh, okay. All right. There was one dude on the Cowboys lineup. I could see to the back of his skull. It was crazy. I don't know if he had like just experienced a concussion in practice, and they're like, "Hey man, we got to do the talking head thing." So they loaded him up with drugs, and he's like, "Mike Turner, Georgia State." He just passed out immediately after. Oh my God, Joe Flacco, bro. That little run he had, he looked 39 as fuck on that run.
Longest run of his career.
Yeah, he was really hustling. I heard his knees just like fucking bags of marbles just slapping the tables. Anyways, dude. Okay, can we pull up the Jack Doherty clip of him crashing his McLaren? So this kid, he's a kick streamer. I guess you could describe his personality as inflammatory.
Oh! No! All right, guys, my McLaren.
No, this is terrible. Don't. All right, so he's driving a brand new McLaren. It's baby blue. Looks like it got jizzed on by a bunch of what was the game that everyone was playing in COVID? With the giant pink men.
Among Us?
No, not Among Us. It was the other one where it's just like you're running straight. Fall Guys. Yeah, this McLaren looks like they shot a bunch of Fall Guys in the backs of their heads, and it's a baby blue with a bunch of like paint splatter all over it. It also looks like hotel lobby art. It just looks bad. So he's driving in the rain, I believe, in Florida, and he hits the gas here. No! So they hydroplane, and if you couldn't tell by the audio, they crash.
Oh, fuck. No, watch out. Oh, fuck, open the door, open your door. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Oh, Michael. Are you okay?
So that's graphic, but that is probably one of the funniest things I've seen. Such dystopian. Yo, Michael, are you okay? And the camera whips, and it looks like Freddy Krueger just had his way with this kid.
Holy fuck.
Also, so Gen Z to just be bleeding from your head and just... Yeah, no, it's just whatever, man.
Oh my god, bro. My whole fucking car, bro. No fucking way. Oh my...
If you don't know who this kid is, just based on his voice, don't you find it hard to be empathetic? Just his voice alone makes me feel nothing for this kid.
My gosh. There's no fucking... Michael, here. Michael.
So his buddy's bleeding from his head. He is filming himself for just a moment. He's like, are you good? And his friend doesn't really say anything. He's clearly like probably in shock. Just trying to walk it off. And he's going, my fucking car, bro. And then he hands him the camera once he knows his buddy's good to do this.
Do you have your film on that phone too? No. Oh my god.
All right, so then they people come pick up the car. Now, can we pull up his vlog? Because the clip is one thing, but immediately after it happened, within hours, I think it was about like 8 hours or something, maybe less, he had a vlog ready to go, and pretty money timing, but also. I love that he made sure he was shirtless for this bit. You got, can we, yeah.
I did not think this was going to be happening today. Me neither. Alright guys, my McLaren is totaled a couple days before my 21st birthday.
Damn, this sounds like ass.
I don't know how to feel right now, guys.
That is music they use like when like a baby goes missing. You know what I mean? Like that's like what Netflix would use when a fucking child is like kidnapped for I don't know, just for purposes. Bleep that out, but.
Guys, I'm sad, bro.
All right. I'm not here to label this kid. He might be a piece of shit. That's what I've gleaned from some of the clips of this kid. He's an asshole. That's what I know about him. But to me, there's something really relatable walking around going, I'm sad, bro. I've also this vlog is awesome because he keeps looking to camera, and this is such a good, like, we're so lucky to see someone try so hard in real time to try to feel something. He has no remorse over this. He's really trying. Look at this shit.
I don't know how to feel right now, guys. I'm sad, bro. I'm so sad right now.
Have you ever looked at a camera and been like, I'm sad, bro? Shit is awesome. All right, wait.
Sadness can't even express how sad I actually am.
I stepped on that. He goes, sadness can't express how sad I am. And then he holds up his wrist. He goes, at least my Richard Mill is okay.
Okay? Just kidding.
Just kidding. This shit sucks.
Sucks, bro.
If you're driving by this and your day, like if you're late and you're held up in the rain and you see this shirtless kid and this fucking Fall Guys themed McLaren crashed out on the side of the road, could you not, like as an adult, wouldn't it take everything in your body to not roll down the window and be like, fuck you? The image of this is just like if you're driving a service van and you see this, like it's got to be so infuriating. You probably just want to throw a wrench. Just
I did not think this was going to be happening today.
Me neither. Oh God, so bad.
All right, guys, my McLaren is totaled.
this is another thing I love when people vlog and they're bad at it. When they tell you what they're looking at. Like there's no acknowledgement that you are watching the video too. And maybe this is because Jack just processes his thoughts out loud, which plenty of people do. Not that I'm trying to give this guy fucking any bit of credibility. I mean, it's just, he's a dumbass kid. But so let's get to the good part because there's a really awesome part here.
A couple days before my 21st birthday. Damn, bro, there's literally gas pouring out your car. I didn't fill up my tank today. It's louder.
The fade to black and white. Just the intermittent fade to black and white. So good. All right. So then they go to the hospital. Okay. Because mind you, the whole time this happened, his buddy is bleeding out from his fucking head, holding the camera, just going in and out of consciousness. So this part is awesome. This is like a gift.
Remember, like after it, just panicking. Both the windows breaking.
I know the smoke was fucking.
Dude, that guy.
Did you see me kick out the window?
Who?
Did you see me kick out the
That
window?
was you?
Yeah.
Dude, and then someone I think ripped the other window out. I was like trying to figure out how to do it. You were like banging your elbow on it.
I know, I just punched it.
Dude, you were going crazy. That was Michael David, but like, that was so scary. It smoked up so fast. Like, how did that happen?
Dude, I don't know.
Bro, if you think if I had a full tank of gas, like, we would have been exploded.
Do you think if we had a full tank of gas, we would have like exploded?
I don't even know.
Because my tank was empty. Like, it literally was at like 20 miles left. And then also on top of that, we crashed like 42 miles per hour.
I know, we weren't even going fast.
At all. Like, if we were...
Do we believe this? 42 miles an hour? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because I've crashed on a go-kart at like 30 or 40 and not sustained such injuries. So, I don't know. Maybe it's different. But I'm not believing it just because he also like he got on the power before they hydroplaned. Maybe it was 42 miles an hour, but the weight of the car, maybe that's what it was. Anyways, that was the Top Gear segment.
We're going, what, double the speed, we probably would have been dead. Like, that was terrible. That was insane.
All right, so this is the part I wanted to get to. Listen to this.
If we were going, what, double the speed, we probably would have been dead. Like, that was terrible. That was insane. Like, we hydroplaned. Like, dude, we could have went off that cliff, down the whole fucking thing. We would have been dead. Holy shit. There was a cliff right there. Oh, my God.
I like how he processes. Maybe this is not as funny to everyone else, but it's really funny to me to process when you're in the hospital as your friend is getting stitched up. You then process, dude, we could have died. Like it took all that for you to be like, oh, bro, we could have died. Let's give this kid more money. He deserves it, doesn't he? He did not think he was going to be spending the day before his 21st birthday like this. He's happy to be alive. That's good. He's appreciative.
We're happy to be alive, you know? Mother.
She's turning away. She doesn't want to look.
We left in 2 cars. We left here in 2 cars like 6 hours ago, and now we're back in 1 car.
It's your mom. Now your mom's crying.
I was just crying, bro. Aw. I love you, Mom.
Open these fucking doors. Come here.
I love you, Mom.
This is terrible because she's just actually a mom and she cares. And everyone watching this is like, fuck your son. Hey, dude, go to the comments. The comments are hysterical. Because there's like this first 2 minutes, I think was like almost like a plea to his fans. We are not lucky that he didn't die in that car. What? You're seriously still trying to milk this? Dude, you are absolutely cooked. Anyways, young Jack is banned from Kick. We got to get someone in here who's just like, who like likes these people. Wouldn't it be awesome if we had an intern in here who's like actually a Jack Doherty fan? And we could sit here and argue with him. He's like, no, it's because it's not Jack's fault. Wouldn't it be great if we had someone sitting here who genuinely was like, it's not his fault, and we got to argue with that person? It'd be fucking awesome. We're hiring. If you are a Jack Doherty fan, we'll put you on salary to defend this guy. God damn, dude. Yeah, this clip went dummy viral. You want, is the next video replacing his McLaren? We taking the over-under on that? Yeah, I'm going to say next video is buying a new McLaren. Oh, yeah, is that his thing? Yeah, everything is cyan. Yeah. Is that his thing? The shirt, yeah, the shirt. Everything is that blue. Even the, does that blue do better on the algorithm? Alex, blew me up. Everything blue. Just everything but my head. Cyan. That's good for the thumbnail, right? I almost killed my family. I want that to be the thumbnail. I pranked my family and put me on like a 1960s locomotive and have them all tied up on the train tracks. I saw a funny TikTok. It was like referencing, you know, the Lunchly, Prime, KSI's music, and they were saying like this is someone's childhood, and I thought that was crazy because, you know, my generation was blessed to have Three Doors Down and Carson Daly on. And the tip drill video uncut on, I forget the after hours segment of BET, but yeah, that was a thing. Staying up till 2 a.m. to watch ass, literal ass shaking. This kid's content is like, it's kind of like a interesting form of rage bait. It wouldn't surprise me if this was like, I don't know, it came out that some great like ironic like writer or irony comedian came out and was like, yeah, Jack Doherty, that was like a project I came up with. I found Jack in Florida when I was teaching in an improv class, and I found that like he had this really grating personality, so we kind of cooked up this persona, and it did really well. We made millions of dollars. We made him like one of the biggest YouTubers ever. And then it turns out that Jack is actually English. Yeah, like I couldn't find work like in the UK. Like acting's not really like, we don't have as many jobs and opportunities. So when I came to America, I wanted to like really lean into comedy because that's like my first like love. And then I was approached by Sacha Baron Cohen, and he's like, I've got this idea for a YouTube channel. And I'm like, I love YouTube. I love KSI. And he asked me to play a villain, and I'm like, okay, I think I could do that. And so like I spent a lot of time like studying like Aiden Ross and other streamers like that, and I was like, I can do this. And then, you know, then we killed my first best friend in the first video, and it was just like mega after that. No, that's not it. Jack is just he's an asshole kid. You know, Double Chonk, what's his name? What's the family? Oh, that was so good. Fuck, how did we forget about that? Trump's people going nuts for the Rizzler bit. You see this?
No.
There was like this tweet that popped off. I think it was some sort of like conspiracy implication, because there was a dude in the background at a Trump rally doing this. He's like the The Rizzler joint? Fuck. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, man. But as I'm looking for this, Costco dad, you know, double chonk, he showed up at a indie wrestling match. Am I getting got here? I'm pretty sure that's him. Yes. Would anyone like to explain this to me, please? Concerning, to say the least. They can't control him, so they don't want him. Really funny that the Rizzler meme was for a brief moment seen as like an assassination call. Off with his head. Yeah, so there's a follow-up tweet where someone explains it. I can read it. I have it. Yeah, this kid. Yeah, this dude. This is a common joke that Gen Z uses to imply Riz and having a sharp jawline. Look up the Rizzler on Instagram. It's his signature. I always feel for a kid that looks 40 and 4 at the same time.
He's like human mooding.
Yeah. Oh, damn, bro. Yeah, you get the same feeling like he's big and helpless and he belongs in a shelter and he's cute and we should fry him up later. That's the fucking feeling towards the Rizzler kid. That's I like how we just keep letting it play. It's hypnotizing, honestly. Yeah, that and the Elon jump was pretty good this weekend. Yeah, can we run that? This looks good. He reminded me of this kid who he tried to start a unicycle club at my high school. The face, man. The fact that he nailed the forever alone expression. Impressive, dude. Just because of the way the crowd looks in this photo, this feels like AI. This might be one of the greatest cultural photos. You know what's crazy is this may have more lasting impression than Trump getting shot at. We may remember this more vividly. You know what I'm surprised by? 2 episodes ago when we talked about the little girl booming her mom. Speaking of boom or doom, no one cared about that. Like that no one cared. I'm curious, anyone in the room, has there ever been a moment in your childhood that you recall that you like wanted to kill your parents?
Yeah.
Not like not the fucking I can't go to the movie theater. I'm talking you're sitting in your room and you have a genuine moment where you're like, I will shoot these people. Never. Okay. I just want to take a survey. I just want to know who in the room, if, you know, we're just looking to open it up here. Get closer as a team. I would have loved it if Evan was behind the camera and he was like, yeah. Just his eye poking out from the viewfinder. Yeah. Yeah, I know that feel. Yeah, I was surprised by that. No one gave a shit. Maybe that's just too regular. Is it too regular in America? Kid kills her mom. I only bring it up because, do we know about this TikToker, Mr. Prada? Yeah. Not quite the same. Shot his therapist. For allegedly shot his therapist. Allegedly. The more I think about it, guys, we got to make this show a little more family friendly. That's what we're lacking. We need family friendliness. Less irony, less meta, more family friendly. You know, something that the family can sit around and enjoy. Kind of like Anna Delvey. Dancing with the Stars. John Wayne Gacy, he was a big community leader. Not JK. Over under on the amount of TikTokers getting charged with murder this year? We're getting towards the end. Where do you think we'll land?
15.
15? It's kind of a lot. I'm talking charged. Booked, charged, doing the time.
Where are we at? 5? 3?
We had the Who was the psycho guy? You know what I'm talking about. He had the... he was a crazy one, had like an iPad hidden under the bed. Dude, if you type in... That's crazy. San Diego TikToker. Yeah, that's him. That's the guy. There was him, the other scary guy, the Joker looking dude. I'm not going to bucket Mr. Prada because if the context of his situation is true, we got to free him. I think 5 is a I'm saying 4. I'm going 4. Yeah, 4 total charged and booked by the end of the year. 4 TikTokers. We're already at 2. 3. We're at 3. I think we get 1 more this year, not including Mr. Prada. Let's sound off your bets in the comments. And in the bonus, what do we got teed up for the bonus? Let's look at this doc. Christian workout brand, you know I'm going in. Isn't that just fucking Marky Mark? That'd be Catholic. The Monkey Bio doc. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, that's Robbie Williams. Got it. Yeah, we'll be doing some of that and then some. Also worth saying, folks, we're not going to be on the green screen forever. It's just takes time to build a set. Doesn't happen overnight. But while we are on the green screen, let's get a cool car of the week. I don't know who that was, but... All right, guys. TMGstudios.tv. Come to the Concrete Dive next week at the Hollywood Improv, and we will see you on the next one. Goodbye.
I love you.
This week on the bonus. When did Jesus turn hot? After eating both tits off a chicken. I'm a little fucking full. Let's pull up that porn. Time out. What are you searching on here, Evan, that Find a Soulmate from Philippines is the targeted ad?
Watch the full episode by signing up for a membership at TMG Studios.